Hey, I just got back in from picking some dandelion heads because I need the petals in order to make dandelion cookies. I hope you can hear me okay because there's a motor running right outside my window. But this is what happens when you have a home business and your neighbors are putting in a pool. So, I am Lori and I am making dandelion cookies. I'm wondering, did you grow up in a family that pulled dandelions out of their yard saying that they were terrible, they're such a bad noxious weed? Or did you grow up in a family that you ate them, that your grandmother or your parents or your grandfather actually made dandelion wine and different foods like dandelion fritters and dandelion cookies with the dandelions and looked at them as super good food? I came from that family that my dad hated the dandelions, complained about having to pull them out of the yard, and had that tool that would scoop down and really try to get all the root out of the dandelion to stop it from propagating. He had no clue. He was not raised to think that dandelion was good food. Really good food for the liver and the kidneys, especially the roots and the leaf. So that's how I grew up. I didn't grow up with the knowledge of how our herbs and plants are so nutritious. Now, I did grow up in a very loving family, and we had very nutritious food on the table every single day. My mom was a really good cook. She could put the most fantastic casseroles together. She had to get very creative because we were on a very low budget for food. Me and my 3 siblings and both of my parents, we did not have much money when we were growing up. So they had their struggles and they did everything that they could to get very creative to make our food and our health a number 1 priority. But they didn't know about herbal medicine. They didn't know about plant food and how that could help. And using dandelions for food. Oh my gosh. So it always made me wonder, because in 1999, I became an herbalist from seeking there has to be another way because of my kids. Both of my kids had health issues. My son had scarlet fever, allergies to soy, just to name a couple. My daughter had environmental allergies, allergic to antibiotics. There was only 1 left for her to take. There was so much going on, and I really needed to find another way because modern medicine did not work for them, and it wasn't helping them, their bodies truly heal what the doctors were telling me to do. And innately, I knew that there was a better way, and I was seeking every avenue that I could find to find that better way. And that way I found, and it was herbal medicine was the biggest thing that made the biggest difference at that time. And it was a huge learning curve for me. And I couldn't find any place to even learn it. So I finally found a place in Rhode Island that I went to school at High on the Hill Farm with 2 master herbalists that taught me. And that was back in 1999, the first time I found out how much dandelions are such great food for us. And it's always made me wonder, what the heck? Why do some people hate dandelions and throw them away, and some people harvest them all and use them in their kitchen. And it didn't happen until recently that I really started researching it. Different things came up in my life and questions about, I'm actually putting together this whole video series to help people learn how to make their own medicine at home. Super low cost, super time saving, and easy. Very quick, very easy. I flipped it to make it super easy, super quick, and leave the stuff that doesn't really matter. You can learn about it from me later, but let's get you going. So anyways, the fact is, like, what the heck happened to herbal medicine is the question that popped in, and I started researching. Wow. So back in 1847, the majority of the Americans, I live in the United States of America, the majority of us all used herbs, homeopathics, and naturopathic methods for all our healing. It was a known true fact by using the plants that it was the best way to really support the body in order to give the body what it needed if it was depleted in different ways to heal itself with huge success. And it was taught to us by the Europeans and the Native Americans. And that's the way it was in the United States of America until 1847, when the first start of the American Medical Association began. And that's a very interesting story. And then it was about 1910 that the Rockefeller family ended up being involved. And that's a very interesting story. And I don't want this video to be too long. And I will share this story with you in another video. But wow. I finally realize why I have always felt like, what the heck is going on? Why is plant food looked at like it's quackery? We all used it back in the day without a problem. To give you a little bit of more information of the research that I did and found out, allopathic medicine started with the thought of, oh, we can bleed people out. They would drain the blood out of certain areas of the body to remove what was the devil or the poison or whatever that was in the body causing whatever issue. Or they would take or they would just cut. Surgery without any anesthesia happened all the time. And they would just take that scalpel and remove body parts, limbs. Disgusting. I can't even talk about it or think about it for too long because it just, ugh. And then they used heavy doses of medicine, which was like mercury and lead, that they would put in people's bodies. It was a nightmare. Thank God allopathic medicine is not that today. And thank God we're starting to bridge and starting to work together. It still feels like it's coming a long way because allopathic medicine is getting more and more expensive. The medical system is very expensive and prices are going higher and higher and higher. And when you go to the drugstore and you purchase all your medicine that's on the shelves. And even they've got some herbs on the shelves now because they took that, a bill went through, and so they are now be able to claim plants, herbs as part of the pharmaceutical industry. So you can imagine why, because plants, herbs are free. They're free. We can grow them. They're free. So that's my little spiel, and I'm going to share more with you, but I don't want to make this any longer. So thanks for taking your time to listen to this, and I will leave some links for you to do some of your own investigation to help you get started, or just, hit up Google. Anyways, very interesting history that we have that I'm not so sure if you know about, and the real truth behind snake oil, which was the major, I'm telling, I can't help but tell these stories, which was the major part of what happened in order for them to flip the holistic health into this other form of American Medical Association health or managed care, and creating holistic herbs to be quackery. That's the snake oil story. Rockefeller. Ooh, some colorful family history. Anyways, it's fun to find out these things, to give it a lot more clarity, and to help take the what the heck is going on out of the picture, and feel a lot more secure and safe in using plant remedies. Till next time.